Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a, it's a review, kind of. I'll give you guys the details here in a sec. This is the Damned Designs Oni XL front flipper. Not an expensive knife, pretty cool. Right now, there is basically a Kickstarter going on. I've reviewed Damned Design, and by the way, I get no kickback on this. No kickback whatsoever. I've reviewed knives from Damned Designs before, and that's why I said yes to this. So you can find a link to the sort of Kickstarter thing that's going on for this model right now, and a bunch of others. This is unfortunately my Carta is no longer going to be an option, but even though this prototype here is in D2, I think a lot of you will be happy to know that final production steel will be 14C28N, which is, hey, that's nice, right? Then they've got some G10. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'll invite you guys to go down there and take a look at it. The price that you can get right now is extremely good. And then, you know, down the road, these guys continue to push through. Then there's going to be a slightly higher price tag, but it's still pretty good. So, yeah, that's what's going on with this right now. And that's why it's kind of a weird video. Thank you to Damned Designs for sending this in. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much to my generous patrons for supporting me right now. There's a link for Patreon right down below. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. This is a larger, I reviewed a smaller variant of the design a while back and really liked it. I, of course, like larger knives. So overall length of this guy, still not coming in really all that big. Truthfully, it's pretty close. Yeah, it's 7 1/4 inches overall with a 3-inch blade. Cutting edge is coming in at about 2.75. It's just a tall boy, right? Length and height. I'm sorry, size comparisons up against the Ontario Wrap Model 1 and the Ontario Wrap Model 2. So there you go. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there. Very tall. Kind of a tank, but it's a skinny tank. How about up against the Spyderco PM2 and Spyderco Para 3? There you go. It's about the same exact length overall as the Spyderco Para 3. We're at an angle here, right? But just take my word for it. Spyderco Para 3, same kind of deal in terms of length. And last but not least, the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue, and its little brother, the Mini Griptilian. All right, that's kind of what you're looking at for size. How about carry profile? Thickness up against the Spyderco Para 3. Not super duper thick. In fact, it's about the same. Really, it is. Blade stock, big difference in blade stock. This guy's much thinner, right? I think it's probably a good idea that they left the scales the way, like, because it's kind of a tall knife. If you get them too thin, it would feel a little strange. I'm trying to imagine this handle profile with thinner scales. I know some people are going to say it should have had thinner scales. No, I disagree. I think he did the right thing there with the scale thickness, and it's no thicker than this pair. Maybe just, no, it's no thick. Is it? Ever so slightly thicker than the Para 3. I think we're fine there. Length and height, PM2 and Para 3. As you can see here, this is a tall guy, right? So yeah, maximum height, I think it's actually just a little bit taller than the Spyderco Para 3 and PM2. That's going to cause a problem for some people. Not that big of a deal, especially if you don't carry anything else. Ask yourself, do I carry anything else in my knife pocket except for my knife? If the answer is no, then it doesn't matter. You're only carrying your knife in there, right? It's just, this is for people who carry other stuff in their pocket besides their knives. Let's go ahead and measure blade stock thickness, because that is very thin. Hang on here. Blade stock thickness on the Damned Designs Oni coming in at, yeah, 114 thousandths. Pretty thin. Let's do the hardware check. Get out my tools. As per usual, my tools are very inexpensive, very recommendable. You can find them down in the description under the My Tools section. Where's all the hardware? There must be a couple. I'm sure there's a couple of hidden screws in there, but we'll go ahead and do the ones that we can do. I'm guessing the pivot is a T8. Yep. And it's captive. Cool. I like that. That's great. The other screws are all T6. No big deal. I wish they were T8. Can't always get what you want. Make sure you got a place to put the hardware so it's not rolling all over the place, and that you're using quality tools like the ones that I just used, and you should be fine. Weight. What are we looking at? We're looking at, like I said, very thin blade stock, but it's pretty tall. You know, it's not just material this way, it's material this way, right? This is my Carta, no longer going to be available, but G10 should weigh about the same. And then we see in there countersunk steel liners that I haven't milled out for weight reduction. You can absolutely get my flashlight down in the description as well, in the My Tools section. Oh, let's turn it on first. Go! Weight, I'm going to guess 4.5 ounces. 4.25, right? 4.25, no problem for me. It's a 4.25 ounce object. Not a big ratios person, and I don't put too much stock into balance, so I do like knives to have reasonable balance. And this, like most of the knives that I review, has reasonable balance. It's actually right behind the pivot, right? To other people, you might take other things into consideration. A lot of people are definitely going to notice the height. A lot of people are ratio snobs, which is fine, right? We're all snob in some way, shape, or form. So do with that information what you will. I don't think this will be too difficult to carry. It's probably not going to be a good knife to carry in athletic shorts, though. So yeah, the front flipper works beautifully on this thing. And the front flipper worked beautifully on the smaller one because of how tall and wide everything was. But because this is a larger object, it's that much easier. And you can also reverse flick it. You can thumb flick it. It's not quite as easy to thumb flick because you have that ledge that's kind of in your way. But the reverse flicking is great, and the front flipper is also great. These have come a long ways. Damned Designs quality has come a long ways since the very first one that I reviewed, however many years. I think it was like 2.5 years ago, something like that. Yeah, this is nice, especially considering what he wants for it. Like the price on the Kickstarter is $45. Yeah, this is cool. And listen, ergonomically, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys it's a masterpiece, but it's comfortable. I can feel that bill a little bit. I think that might have been solved by going with a shorter clip because of how that falls into most people's hands. But okay, the clip is actually really great. That's just a nitpick that I have. Jimping's in the right place. Nice little harpoon notch back here. The area that I find confusing are my index fingers. Like, where do I go? It's like, I want to choke up on this. And you can do it, but this is not really a dedicated choke up area. It's just the transition between the slope and where the sharpening tool starts, right? So you can do it. It's just not the most comfortable thing in the world. I think I would have preferred some type of forward choil on this guy, but the way that it is okay, right? Choked back, it's okay. It's not fantastic. Unfortunately, there's plenty of chamfering, rounding all the way around. So yeah, areas that would otherwise be problematic are not. This is a satin finished blade, which, okay, fine. You know, on this, for this price, I'm not overly concerned with the satin finish. I always prefer tumbled, but it's fine. Fortunately, he did a great job making sure that all of these areas were knocked down. So none of this is sharp, especially that the inside of the opening hole, all totally knocked down. You can see that right there. The bevels, nice and knocked down. Jimping is fine, not super aggressive, but enough to catch your finger. Cutting edge. This is a pretty aggressive tanto, right? So you got a nice, very thin tip, right? Don't go prying around with it. 2 separate edges. That's the benefit to a tanto. The drawback is that you will be sharpening 2 separate edges. Even considering that it's a pretty thin blade stock, it's thin, but it's not quite as thin as you might expect. Will it slice? Will it cut? Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll scrape. It'll do all that. This is fine, right? Height of the blade just makes it easier to engage with that opening hole. And the shape of the flipper tab makes it easy and honestly pretty fun. Like, this is one of those front flippers you can get a lot of leverage on and flip really hard if you're into that, right? You don't need to, but you can. It's cool. Action, it's all right. It's running on bearings. I'm not going to judge it too hard because this is, you know, basically you can get this for $45, right? It's good. I think with a little bit of nano oil, it might smoothen up a little bit. It just feels tight. It doesn't feel gritty or anything like that, right? But yeah, it's pretty good. It's about where I'd expect. I mean, honestly, if I'm comparing it with Civivi and CJRB, it's right around that territory. It is what it is. Damned Designs logo, which is pretty cool, the demon, right? And then it says D2 on this prototype, but I did confirm before I started this review that it is the official production seal will be 14C28N. Easy access to the liner lock, thanks to it being raised higher than the show side scale, so that's great. No double clutch. There's a obvious point where it comes down to contact your finger, and that detent ball is well up on the face of the blade, so I got no issue there. Backspacer this looks like blue Is it G10? Well, it's either G10 or micarta. It's kind of hard to tell, honestly. It looks like G10, but who knows? It's fine. It looks good. I don't have a problem with that. It seems to be one screw holding everything together. There must be. It's very rigid. So obviously the backspacer is doing that, but I'm going to guess that there's at least another screw under there. This is right-handed tip-up only. There is no option for left-handed carry. I'm not sure why he did it that way, but okay, no big deal. Like I said, the pocket clip is fine. Screws are not recessed, but it is completely and totally deep carry, and there is a bill that allows for continuous. The problem is not this area down here. This is done right. I think it just needed to be shorter, honestly. I just think we needed a shorter clip. But some people prefer a longer clip. You know, it just depends. Lockup is coming in at about 40%. It is absolutely solid. Where is the stop pin? I believe it is internal, and it follows the blade. You can't really see it. Pins on either side of the blade, they follow channels on the inside of the liners, and they are contacting either side of the liners on lockout, which is great. It's a great way to do that. Nice, strong way to do that. The blade is completely and totally centered, unless it's because I've been flipping it, right? So it's maybe ever so slightly off. Can I give it let's see if we can give it a little bit of a turn here. They're like, prove it. Don't just say that, prove it. All right, let's give it a shot. How's that? Yeah? I proved it. Yeah. It's gonna happen sometimes, guys. You play with these knives, the action's exactly the same. They're gonna come off centered. It's fine, right? People always freak out. The reason I cover that so often is because people message me and they're like, my blade came off centered, what do I do? Should I send it back? No. No. I have a video on how to center your blade, right? Do that. Or just tighten the pivot a little bit. And then people are like, well, I don't have the right tools for that. Get the right tool. They're very cheap. You don't have to get mine. You can get mine. That's part of the reason why I use this set. It's because it's so cheap. And that way, people who are watching my channel have an option for cheap and reliable tools that are well made, right? If you don't want my set, that's fine. But get you a set of tools, right? Because your knives are going to come, over time, stuff's going to back out. You know, your blades are going to come off centered. Anyways, this is cool. Ergonomically, it's not a masterpiece. Pocket clip, I think, needs to be a little bit shorter. I really would have liked some type of choke up area up here. It's a Tanto, so, you know, that's a preference thing. It's tall, right? Not a huge knife, but it's definitely tall. Outside of that, though, I mean, this is super duper well done. A lot of that is preference. Yeah, this is cool. My favorite part of this is honestly the price. Here's the thing. He said once they go into production, if that happens, they're going to be about $60. Yeah, that's fine. 14C28N and the quality that we're looking at here it'll be G10, right? Steel liners. I think they do a titanium version of this too. The titanium and S35VN version of this comes in at like 120 on the site. It'll probably be more like 150. They do still, hey, fine, no problem, right? Yeah, this is cool, especially if you like front flippers. Very fidgety knife, pretty big without being an absolute tank, right? Because it's shorter than most full-size knives. Yeah, this is cool. This is another pretty good knife from Damned Designs, and I like it. I think you guys would like it too. But I mean, geez, we don't have a lot of these budget brands have not figured out that the knife community, not everybody, but a lot of us really want 14C28N in place of D2. Now, some people are still going to want D2. Here's the thing. I believe D2 still has quite a bit better edge retention than 14C28N. The reason, if you're confused, why do people want 14C28N? Largely, it came from the article that Laren Thomas did about the very best budget knife steel. He talked about the importance of balancing, right? So when we're talking about balance, 14C28N has incredible balance, and it's very tough, right? So if you're going to beat the snot out of your budget knives, which you probably are, you probably don't want D2. Now, some people might not, right? If you're a professional sharpener, you might not care, but most of us are not professional sharpeners, including myself. 14C28N is going to be way easier to sharpen, very tough. Decent edge retention, and great corrosion resistance. That's why people want to see it. I could be wrong about some of those attributes. And if I am, I can assure you that people in my comment section will tell me about it. Not a metallurgist, right? But yeah, I have read that article. I think that's great. The price on it's great, even after, full production commences or whatever. Or maybe full production has commenced and he's just trying to fulfill the costs with the Kickstarter thing there. But the production versions of these knives post the Kickstarter campaign will be about $60, which I think is very fair. So use that link down below if you want to get in on the early pricing, right? But either way, no matter when you're watching this, if you find one of these available brand new and it's $60, you still got a good knife. This is a recommendable knife. I'll put it on my most recommended knives playlist, and I'll also put it on my cheap knives I like playlist because this is a good budget knife. It's interesting. Thanks again to Damned Designs for letting me take a look. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.